3, 2, 1, go. So obviously Nomad Sculpt is a great application, but it doesn't really render as well as some of the other applications. You know, that's really when you get down to the nitty-gritty, like shadows. So even though this is post-process, you still don't get a lot of shadows here, where this is like making contact with his shell. So one of the things that I do to make my sculpts look like, you know, Blender and things that just have a little bit more robust than Nomad in the rendering, is I just fake my shadows. So I'll just take the surface that's underneath. If you want to preserve something, you can always just use an extra layer. Like you can just add a layer here and then name it like shadows. So for example, I'm going to grab the color of this yellow shell. And let me turn post-process off so it moves a little quicker. So you grab the color with the little eyedropper. And then I'm just going to make it way darker because this is a subsurface. So I have to make it extra dark. If it's opaque, you don't have to make it that dark. And I'm going to turn the roughness up because I don't want, if I'm just making shadows, I don't want there to be like a shine on it. So, because there would be no shine on like a shadow. So once you have that, and then I'll just go in and let's do a little test. So you can see that it's dark on the yellow. So now I'm just going to draw in more of the shadow here. And I just make it all along his belt line. And obviously shadows give everything depth. They show depth, they show light where the light's hitting. So you want to do this after you've done your lights. So it'll kind of look, obviously there's more light coming from here, so the shadows would be here. But also just, you know, normally like things like this little corner and where the belt is sort of touching, they just look better when they have more of a shadow there. And I might even go darker. I might even get crazy and go darker and just try to make this extra dark here. Like that. And I might go through, you know, all of these points where there might be a shadow and just fake the shadow. You know, even on the legs, I might do that on the legs as well. You can take the little eyedropper, grab that color, make it darker, and bring up the roughness. And then I'll just go here, and I'm not sure what layer 6 is. Probably some detail I made, who knows. But I'll just add another layer and color this in, because I know that this would have shadows here. And there is a light on the other side that you have to pay attention to. I'll make this even darker. But I'll make that part darker. And just kind of cheat these shadows. You can do the same thing up here. And this is the same thing that I would be doing with artwork. You know, this is, you know, since I draw and since I've been creating, you know, 2D art, it's like you start to learn, like, you know, where the shadows are supposed to be and things like that. So I can sort of see them, you know, obviously like there would be a shadow here, might look good. Things like that. So you can't always rely on the shadows from the app itself. Sometimes you just have to go in and make them your own. Even on the belt, see this? I have this round piece here. Let's see the belt. I'll add a layer. I'll grab this brown. I'll make it darker. I'll take off the shine. Let's make it darker than that. Actually, I think the belt might be opaque, so it might come up a little darker. It's just like when you do fonts and stuff and you see drop shadow, it's sort of the same thing. So then when you go back to your view and you go back here, see he has all the shadows, but now there's a much darker shadow here. And things like that can really step up your game and make your render look a lot better. All right, keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video.